Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome, one and all. Adam Holmes here. It's your friend Adam here with another stream. Today, we're going to be chatting about journaling and the importance of journaling. Thanks a million for being here. Journaling is one of the biggest things that's changed my life. Now, why would I want my life to change? Let me explain. Lots of people think, oh, you can be satisfied with your life as it is. That's fine, but I came from a background where we had no money, we had nothing, no stability, no emotional regulation, and so I knew I needed to change my life from a young age, from a very young age. And the way I decided I was going to change my life was therapy. That was the number one thing that helped me in my life, helped me to live a great life. And it really reached a fever pitch for me when I was driving back from a gig one time. And I'd been, at this point in time, just using very unhelpful ways of attempting to regulate my emotional states. So by unhelpful, what I mean is using alcohol, using drugs, using things like scrolling or bad eating habits to help myself feel better. And I was coming back one night from a gig, and the night before I had actually been spiked, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it, because of how this story goes. But I was spiked, and I was coming back from this gig, and I just felt so unwell. At the time, I just lost my dad, and I was really just trying my best to drink my way through the pain that I was feeling at that time. It was a tough time, very tough time. And someone had spiked me, and I was driving back. I did not feel well, and I just kept eating bad food and just feeling really down in myself, feeling really negative. And it was a really, really tough time. I was driving back, and I started to feel like I have to pull over, I'm going to be ill. And my heart was racing, and I ended up actually going into hospital because I'd drunk so much and then being spiked that I just felt totally unwell. And I ended up in hospital overnight, and they told me, we've had a episode connected to how much you've been drinking. And I thought, this is it, man. I have to find a way through this that is healthy, and I have to find a way to manage this and take responsibility for it. As someone who came from trauma, as someone who came from abuse, it's really easy to want to find an excuse, right? To want to, I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but throughout my adult life, I've been like, man, if someone could just give me a free pass because of this hard life that I've had, that would be awesome. But what I learned is no one does. It's not common. And so if you want to have a good life, the only option is to take responsibility and figure things out. And it was around this time I was getting on a train to go to a gig, to play at a gig. And I found a book. And the book I found was a book about Stoicism. And in this book, one of the passages I remember really clearly that hit me, it said, you don't control what happens to you, but you control how you respond to the things that happen to you. Now, I know we almost hear this idea so much now that it can almost sound benign, almost sound like it's sort of anemic or asinine, but actually when I discovered it with this kind of freshness, this concept, and it was really exciting to think, maybe I can do something about this. Maybe I can find a way through this pain. Now, another one of the exercises that was in the book, this book about Stoicism, was a journaling exercise. And I'd never really journaled, I'd always written songs, but I guess I just thought that's the same, getting your feelings process, but this exercise in particular was pretty different. Now, just to paint a little picture of where I was at, right now, I'm in financial stability. I've got 700,000 followers. I've built 10 albums. I've got a creative health club. There's 1,000 of us in there, and I coach people on that. I've got a daughter. She's 7. She's doing great. I have toured all over the world. I've played with some of the most high-profile musicians you can imagine. And I'm a very successful self-employed musician, right? And I work out regularly. I'm in good shape, and I'm not a drug addict. But at this time when I discovered the journaling, none of those things were true. Yeah, I had some level of success. I had some level of awareness and understanding, but honestly, my life was in a very fragile place. And the way I got out of this fragile place and into this place of stability was through journaling and through the exercise I'm going to share with you today. And if you guys are happy to be here, show me some love. Give some love hearts. Show me some love in the comments. It helps me get the stream out to more people. And if you like the content I create, if you ever got any value out of it, come and join my club. There's 1,000 of us in there, and it's where all my best content is. Anyway, the exercise I want to share with you is a very simple one, but it's one that has completely transformed my life. And I say that honestly to you, friend to friend. And the exercise is as simple as this. You take a piece of paper at the start of the day and you write intentions on how you want to be in that day. Now, many of us write to-do lists. What I do is I write a to-be list. I write what I want to be in that day. Because to-do list, yeah, you can have tasks on your to-do list, but if you just show up and you're just, interfacing with your to-do list, sure, you've been a great robot, but have you connected to the people in your life? Have you showed up in a way that you feel proud of? So I personally find the way that I can guarantee that I'm going to feel proud of how I show up and happy about how I show up and make a difference and help and be a good dad, be a good partner, be a good friend is by having a to-be list, because all of these different influences come into life and you can only control so much how many of these influences come in, but what you can control is your attitude. And I like to decide what my attitude is going to be at the start of the day. I find that a really helpful way of creating a day that I can look back on and feel proud of. So that's one thing. The second thing, and this is in many ways the really, really, really powerful thing, is take a piece of paper at the end of the day and I want you to write 2 things in your piece of paper, okay? Number 1, I want you to write, what did I not do so well today, right? This is not a way to beat yourself up. It's not a way to make yourself feel bad about yourself. We're not looking to beat ourselves up. We're looking to just find the action points for the following day. So to give an example, maybe last night I thought I didn't do many push-ups today, so I didn't feel as healthy, or I didn't take as many steps as I might have liked to. Maybe I wasn't as patient as I would have liked to have been, or connected as much as I would like to connect with my daughter. And so where did I not do well today is not a way to beat myself up. It's actually just a way to produce a list of things that I want to focus on for the next day. So I would write, what did I not do well today? I write them out, and then what I write out that I didn't do well basically becomes my action points for the following day. The second thing I do is I say, what did I do well today? What did I do well today? Because so many of us are working so hard on becoming a little bit better. I see you. I see all you guys out there. I know what it's like, man. You're working harder on being in good shape, being patient with your kids, working on your business, being creative, being financially disciplined, exercising, all that good stuff. I see you. I know you're working hard on it. And what I want to offer you is sometimes you're just not making praise for yourself. You're not giving yourself credit for the things that you're actually doing really well. So what did I do well today becomes a list. I connected well with my kids. I exercised well. I got 1% better. That's one of my favorite concepts. Can you get 1% better at one thing today. So I'm learning Facebook ads right now. It's tough, man, a very, very tough, hard thing to do. I'm learning that, and I'm getting 1% better every single day. So those are a couple of journaling techniques that I use every single day. And I want to invite you for this week. I'm going to be coming on every Friday to give new journaling techniques, but I want to invite you to implement them. So to recap, what we're going to do is, number one, we're going to set our to-be list for the day ahead. And number two, we're going to reflect back on our day every day. It can just be 5 minutes before bed, but I guarantee you if you do this for a week, you will see your life completely change in a positive way. So I definitely recommend it. Finally, I want to invite you, if you're not already in the club, let me just explain what my club is. It's only $2 a month to be in the club, and it's how I support myself and my family. And Spotify and Apple Music rip off artists. They don't pay artists, unfortunately. So rather than moaning about it, I'm giving a behind the scenes look at what it is to be an artist, because all this stuff, that's the truth. If you want to have a successful business, if you want to be a successful self-employed individual, if you want to be a successful artist, you have to be able to manage your mind. An unmanaged mind is like a toddler with a knife. You have to be able to manage your mind. So important how you talk to yourself in life. So if you're interested in learning those kind of techniques, or if you just like my music and you want to get access to all of my best content that I can't put out on social media, I want you to come and join us in the club. If you want to join the club, then comment club just now and I will send you a link to come and join us. Every single person who comes and joins my club, what I actually do is I send a little voice note, just say thanks. So appreciate all you guys who are already in the club. If you want to join, comment club, or if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the top comment, come and check it out today. And I'm going to put the recap for today's episode inside of the club. So you're going to have all the exercises, all you guys in the club, that you can do for the week ahead. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone,